opening series of this series in the Gold Coast when they beat England in the final 19-14, and the man who runs things happen is their captain and scrum half Pablo Feijó, and they've got 11 of their team from that success in the Gold Coast. The one change, Carrion for Juan Cano. Here is Scotland. Well, they have had that famous win over Spain up in London. But last time they met, it was in Glasgow, and Spain won 10 points to 7.
Houston and James Johnson, two bright sparks in that Scotland second half performance. For the start of this game, he's gone for his #1 starting 7, and it's all about trying to get the hands into the flying machine. James Fleming, that hasn't worked, and Andrew Turnbull, well, it's not really worked for him at scrum half, so he's starting from the bench, this Scotland speedster.
Referee Rasta Razivengi from South Africa. Well, it's at least not tipping down as it was just a few minutes ago. It's still raining though, but nothing like as bad. And of course we had the lightning as well, which is always a worry for the players and for the spectators and everything else, let alone the television coverage. So as Keith Quinn said, you know, let's hope we didn't have a problem we did in the last game with some of the electrical problems for the pictures. Well, Spain, the new core team, who were runners-up to Canada in the final deciders in Hong Kong. Their vital win was their win over Japan in the semi-final that qualified them for this whole season. So, good opener really for Scotland, about 15 metres out from the Spain line. Their line-up with Fado, Gregor, Robertson, Riddell, Moltmann, Fleming and Alex Glashan. Well picked up off the deck. Good work here by Moltmann. Oh, it's a terrific try. What an opener. Now that really gives them a boost.
It looked as though it was Alex Glashan going down the side there. But Glashan, well, he's coming at that scrum half position as Turnbull's on the bench, and he's taken his opportunity well, because he threw the ball in from the line out and the switch play came back. Well, he picked it off his bootlaces and decided, I'm going to take on Ignacio Martin. Round he goes, and Alex Glashan in on the right.
Promising youngster, the youngest member of the squad. Just at 18 and just the start that they needed.
And a superb touchline conversion by Colin Gregor, the Scottish skipper.
Certainly looking to avenge what happened the last they met in Glasgow last May. Well, as you can see, a lot of the stadiums have been emptied now. Everyone must have been pretty much drowned who went under the cover at the top.
Well, of course, the stands that we're looking into, Nigel, that's predominantly the corporate hospitality across there. So all those guests will be sheltered. And still the family stand looking fairly packed with umbrellas out there.
Brave people. Once you're soaked wet, well, you may as well soak wet. It's not cold. Spain like to stretch wide. Marcus Pocci. Good cover by James Fleming. Nice switch. Pretty slick passes, these Spain players, I say that, and of course the guy drops it.
The commentator's curse there.
Absolutely.
And just sometimes when the best sides are playing this game, their concentration levels are higher. We've seen Canada come in, they've almost made a mockery of the conditions, the way they've been scoring and running in tries. 4 tries in their
each game.
Last performance, yeah, each game.
Michael Fader there on his near side. Glashan, lovely try. Gregor, nice, beautiful pass inside. Mark Robertson supporting well. Again Glashan, then Gregor. Slippery ball, not easy. Back in the hands now of Carlos Blanco. Set up by Fleming, halfway line. Slippery ball, slippery surface. Worth pointing out that, of course, like several other teams in this sevens series, they actually do both things, 15s and 7s, and 6 of this Spain side have been in autumn international in 15s out in Africa, playing against Namibia and Zimbabwe. And the captain, Feiju, being one of those. Canosa, Blanco, Tudela, all been playing 15s up till now, since they were in October in the Gold Coast. Versatile players.
Well, Scotland have been cut out an awful lot by flopping into these rucks. And Paddy O'Brien, who looks after his referees, well, he was the briefing was to all the players that they can't go down and seal that ball off, and as we call it in the game, technically the bridging position, where you're not supporting your own weight. If you're putting your hand on the player or the ground in front, you're going to get penalised. So Scotland must go over and beyond the ball.
Still pouring rain. As Pudgy goes again on the wide outside, tackled by Fleming. Ball inside, tried to get it through, did Tudela. There's Colin Gregor, one of the few players who played in 2 Rugby World Cup sevens tournaments. Budgie, nickname. Why is he Budgie?
I don't know why he's Budgie, but plays for he's played in the past for Glasgow Warriors and also Watsonians.
Danger here for Scotland. It was a very clever move through the legs. Pudgy has come on the left-hand side this time, and again Fleming gets his man. Did well. 5 metres out and earns the penalty. Well, he certainly marked his man beautifully then, didn't he?
Yeah, very well. Also Scott Riddell and cross for the corner. So better defensive effort from Scotland in that first half there. Michael Fado looks on.
And so, as the half-time of hooter sounds, Scotland turn round with that early try by the... Can't always tell sometimes.
Colour's a giveaway. Nigel, the young baby was in blue.
That doesn't mean a thing. Girls wear blue as well. I don't think a lot of young boys wear pink, I have to say.
Well, Scotland playing the conditions. You can see there just the automatic reaction for Gregor. Colin Gregor, get the ball down there. And that was a clever kick, because Pablo Feiju is left with nothing but to wait for his forwards to collect the ball and throw in at this line-out.
And this captain, Feiju, is remarkable, really. This is what his 12th season of sevens. One of the oldest, I think, in terms of experience of the current sevens personnel. There he is. Just 30, and he's played also, not all those sevens tournaments as well, but more than 50 times international 15s. Full 6 minutes to go the second half, so Scotland not really got a comfort zone yet. Absolutely tipping down. Can you believe it? You only get rain about once a year. It happened in 2006 as well and flooded the whole old Dubai Exiles stadium where we used to be. There goes Feiju into the hands of Ignacio Martin. Good work from him. Feiju again. Now the possible overlap here. Drift defence though. Oh, and a push off there by Pedro Martin, and he's got away, and this will go under.
Yeah, right back before he got the ball, so we can identify an error in Scotland's defence.
Players in the game, and an understudy scrum half playing very well, made the break. Should be all score. And so, chance for Ignacio Martin to put Spain level all at 7-7. So just over 4 minutes to go.
Well, Nigel, Sevens magnifies the errors on the park, and on that occasion, I'm afraid it was Michael Maltman with the original missed tackle. The ball was passed. Maltman didn't fill the space. A little bit of concentration going there, and Maltman failed to make his tackle, and suddenly that's Spain back in the game, 7-all apiece. And really, it's the next team that makes a mistake that's going to cost their side the match.
Just made the 10 metres from the restart kick. Possession. Well, it's the core of the game. Over the top from Robertson. Just went a little bit forward. Those little errors gives the Spain the possession really with their put in. Under pressure, got it away well. Not easy in these conditions, remember. That's quite a useful kick. Gregor covers, so does Fleming. He's the man who got it.
Counteratt's good. Counterattack was good.
But it's come loose again. Tudela. Good work from, I think it was Colin Shaw coming in. No, it was Robertson.
Yeah, Mark Robertson was sharp there. But it was now Spain's turn. Interesting how Spain are now using the kick to get the territory, put Scotland under pressure, forcing the issue.
National pride at stake here. They know that they lost their two openers, but they want to end the day with a win. Draw will be disappointing to both teams.
Pulling the half back. Pulling the half back.
Pulling the guy without the ball. Gregor, I think, sensibly just takes it upfield, puts it out of immediate danger, get the throw in as well from the penalty.
Alex Glashan for Scotland just coming. Of course, the scrum half acts as a hooker there. There's Glashan wearing that 12 jersey. Scored a good try.
James Johnson's coming on here. So perhaps they'll have a good finale as they did in the last game against Fiji. But Spain steal the line out. In touch.
Time off, please.
There's Glashan, Adin Aki. Part of the school that won the Scottish schools both under 15 and under 18. Also played in the Youth Commonwealth Games in sevens. Secured. Glashan went to by Gregor. Then Glashan again, looking round. Just 1 minute remaining. Will there be a decider? 7-all between these two.
Well, interesting just watching that last Scotland move. It was a run-around play, and it just went straight across the pitch, and they ran out of room.
But here's the threat of Spain now. Good tackle by Colin Gregor from behind. Saved the day, and a chance of a breakout now. Deflected backwards by Tudela. Saved the day probably there.
Counteratt's good.
Spain have it once more with Feijoo. Wrapped up. Good work by Riddell. Still again it's Spain who win the ball. Into the hands of Carrion. Martin. He's got support. Scotland covering well. But there's a penalty still. One last chance for Spain. One last danger for Scotland. 7-7 in the final play.
Option to
It was a kick, of
perhaps
course.
go for the kick.
Well, there's an option there, isn't it? But I don't think so. It's Heredia. Feeds wide via Tudela. And then from Rolls, Glenn Rolls. And now Carter. Yaiki Carter from Valladolid. Three to 2 perhaps, but there is a sweeper. Ignacio Martin nicely slipped it through and gets to Carrion. Carrion still. Oh, he's got there, and that's the winner. Javier Carrion, the man from Alicante. Clinches the result, and that's his first try of the day.
Well, again, the tackle by Gregor going down the side, but Carrion, well, he knew where the space was, and a disappointing day, certainly from a Scotland perspective. Played 3, lost 3.
And a fellow commentary of ours has just said he carried it on regardless. To win the game, 12-7, and the conversion will come from Ignacio Martin. Doesn't matter really. So disappointment for Scotland. And the kick is wide, doesn't matter. Final score, Spain 12, Scotland 7. And so no revenge for Scotland after their defeat last time in Glasgow when Spain won 10-7. So let's go down and see who Seb has with him down on the pitch. Perhaps it's with Pablo Feijoo.
I am indeed with the Spain captain, Pablo Feijoo. Pablo, very difficult game there against Scotland. Sum up that match and also today.
Yes, it's been really hard today. The first 2 matches we've been near, but we lost. Now we knew that was very, very important for tomorrow. And in the last play, we scored, so it's a big step for us.